24th of May, Rabbi Levitt, Gemorah.
Welcome back, Lou.
Thank you, Rabbi.
Okay, so we're continuing over here in Perek Agozel Eitzim, Bava Kama.
Gozel 18. He redeemed wood.
He stole wood.
Oh, Gozel, to steal. Oh, right.
Gozel Eitzim. So we're on Sadi Daled.
Hooray.
Hooray, yes. Baruch Hashem. We only, I think we started with Hamaniach. We started with the third parak, Hamaniach. So now we're up to the 9th parak.
Yeah.
Amazing. Amazing, amazing. Baruch Hashem. Okay, so let's see. We go back to where we left off on Yom Rishon, because yesterday we did Sefer Chinuch on the mitzvah of
Dog.
of the Esnan Zono Mechir Kelev.
Right.
So now we are on Sadi Daled, Amid Aleph.
I think we are up to Kideboye Rabbi Yonasan.
Kideboye Rabbi Yonasan.
Which is about 3/4 of the page down.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
The first word in the line is Aniim.
Yeah. Anim Shiny.
13, 14,
Yeah.
approximately 17 lines up.
Yeah, and in the art scroll, it's 94A3, the last line on the page.
Oh, okay. So we're saying, just to get back into the thing over here, we said that Lokoma Rabbi Yishmael Hassam, that Shinu is not a kinnan, Shinu is not kona. Over there, Elalinian Peah. He was talking about the mitzvah of Peah, because it says in the pasuk Tazob Yisera. There's two different. There's a double lashon over there, a repeated language of a language of Tazob, and so that means to tell us that even if it underwent a change, this Peah, he still has not acquired it to say that he doesn't have to give the Peah to the ani. He still has the mitzvah. Oh, so then we say, well, chitema ligma minei if you'll say, well, let's learn from there that shinui is not koina all over the Torah. No, matnas adim shiny. No, it's a special case because of the mitzvah of matnas anim. Special case because of the mitzvah of matnas anim. Okay, fine. And then we get to the boy Rabbi Yonason. Okay, so we'll start from there. So, oh, Phil wants to come in. Okay, so Roy, you want to start?
Okay. Kidavoy boy Rabbi Yonason. Rabbi Yonason inquired. Rabbi Yonason, for Rabbi Yonason inquired, May Ta'amar the Rabbi Yishmael. What is Reb Yishmael's reason? And it says here, for ruling that payah must be separated even after the grain has been made into dough. Mishum Rakospo Shinui Ani Kona. It is because he holds in general that change does not affect acquisition. Shinui Kona. Oh, sorry. Or Dilma, perhaps. Balma Kosova Shinui Kone. Or perhaps, in general, he holds that change does affect acquisition. Mashum Dichsiv Ha'azav Yisera. But here, with respect to payah, the law is different. Because a superfluous you shall leave is written. But it's a question there. But here, with respect to payah, the law is different because superfluous you shall leave is written. And then the Gemara asks, will I continue or leave there? Stop there.
Okay. Good. Let's we have a Rashi over here at this point, looking for a Rashi. We did Ichbal Tanoi, Bahakosha Dehadar, Tazov Yisera. We did that.
There's we did a Tasha Yisera with Rashi, did we?
Yeah.
We did do that, right?
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So then it's
Okay, so we're up to Imtim Silomor.
Yisira Lama Li.
So we start from Imtim Silomar. Right? In other words, what did the Gemara do over here? The Gemara had a question. If you would say, well, let's learn from the din of payah that shinui is not koina. in all cases, that's the rule of the Torah. On that we say no, matnas anim shiny. This is it's a special case over here why it's not kona, because of the fact that it's talking about matna sanim. We don't want to take, the Torah doesn't want to take the gifts that are due to the ani, to give the ani payah. And the Gemara supported that answer with this statement of Rabbi Yonasan, to the boy Rabbi Yonasan. And this goes according to the question that Rabbi Yonasan posed. Even though he didn't say it in a definite way, he said it in a way of a question. He said, what is the reasoning of Rabbi Yishmael in saying his din? Remember, Rabbi Yishmael, he was the one who said that af mafrish mina isa v'nosein lo. Even at the point that the farmer has already harvested his wheat, he's threshed it, he's made it into a dough now, and at that point, Rabbi Yishmael says, still give the dough, take from the dough, and give to the ani to fulfill the mitzvah of payah. What, you still have to give the ani payah? Even at that point, haven't you transformed the wheat that was in the field to something completely different? The ani still is entitled to get that? Hasn't the owner of the field acquired the dough through the transformation that he made from the wheat? We say, Rabbi Yishmael says, no, he has not. He has to give the dough to the ani. And so now we're this matter. What's the reasoning of Rabbi Yishmael? Does he hold that it's because Shinui is not Kona, or does he hold because in this particular case of Peah, the Torah made an exception because the Torah says Tazo 2 times, and only because of that we say the ani should still be given the Peah. So now the Gemara is going to continue with this line of questioning. Imtim Saloma. Okay, would somebody like to continue the reading? Oh, Alan is Alan, are you there?
I'm here, yeah. So
Okay.
what page are we on now? I'm sorry. Sort of lost it. What page?
We are
94A4.
Okay. Right, which column?
Left-hand column, the second paragraph, the Gemara asks.
Okay. Gemara asks, Ve'im Timsei Lomer Tamor the Rabbi Yishmael Mishum the Korsor Bar Shinoi Eino Kona. But if you should conclude to say that Rabbi Yishmael's reason is that he holds that a change does not affect acquisition, Ta'azov, Yisei the Chorsev, Racha Mornor, the more low, then why do I need the superfluous? You shall leave that the merciful one wrote in his Torah. But 2, and furthermore, we can ask the Rabbi according to the rabbis who dispute Rabbi Ishmael and maintain that one is not required to separate Peah after it has undergone a physical change. Ta'azov Yisei the Chosav Racha Monor Lo Mor Lo. Why do I need the superfluous? You shall leave that the merciful one wrote in his Torah.
okay. Good. So Now let's go to read this Rashi. There's a Rashi on this, Tazov Yisera Lamali. Why does the Torah need to say this extra time? Leave it for the ani. If in any case, the rule is that the owner, even though he's transformed it into a dough, he doesn't acquire it. So why do we have to exhort and say, leave it for the owner, leave it for the ani? Explains Rashi.
Tazov, Tazov, Yetera Lamali, this extra Tazov, what do I need it? Ha Ba'alma, that by itself, Nami also, Lokani Kne Shinui. It doesn't acquire it with the change.
In other words, Ba'alma means even in the world of kinyonim, outside the mitzvah of Peah. Also, Ba'alma, everywhere else in Torah, when somebody does a shinui, if we say that if somebody does a shinui, he's not koine. So if so I don't need this pasuk to tell me, leave it for the ani, leave it for the ani. We know that we got to leave it for the ani. There's no havamina that the guy acquires it because he makes it into a dough. So why do we keep saying leave it for the ani? Okay. Oh, and then continue in Rashi. Rashi has a yeah.
This version, the two Rabbanan, and furthermore for the Rabbanan, Ta'azov Yetera Lamali. Why do I need the extra Lamali for the Rabbanan also, not just Rabbi Yishmael?
Right. Why do we need to know what the extra Ta'azov is according to Rabbanan specifically for? What's the question? Why is the Gemorah asking? Because according to the Gemorah, according to the Rabbanan, right? The Rabbanan hold that this guy over here, when he transforms it into a dough, at that point, does he have to give it to the ani? No, he doesn't have to give it to the ani at that point. According to Rabbanan, he's acquired it with a shinui. Right? So it's only Rabbi Yishmael that says he has not acquired it by this making it into a dough. So according to the Rabbanan hold the shinui is kona, and so over here it should be kona. So we need to know why the Torah says Tazov, leave it for the ani, according to the Rabbanan too. So that's why the Gemara is asking over here. Okay, so let's go on with the answer. Gemara says, "Miboyale." We do need it. Lou, you want to read?
You're muted, Lou.
Sorry, thank you, Roy. Mi boye le chid sanya. It is needed for what we learn in a brisa. Hamafkid karmo.
Here.
Hamafkid. He
Mafkir. He makes hefker.
Hamafkir. He declares his vineyard ownerless. Excuse me, I have to get a phone call.
Okay. We go on to Roy to continue the reading.
No. Hazar. I better go back to it. What was it? Rabbanon, according to rabbis. Further, we can ask, according to rabbis. I'm on the wrong place. Have I got Ta'azov?
Miboyle Kedesanya.
Oh, right, sorry, right, okay. Miboyle the Tanya. It is needed for the law that was taught in the following barisa. Now, Hamafkir Baram Akamo. If one declares his vineyard ownerless, Vahish Kim Lebokir Uvatsoro, and then arises early in the morning. One declares his vineyard ownerless, and then arises early in the morning and reacquires his vineyard and harvests it. Chayv beperet over alalos over shichol over power. It is subject to the laws of Peres, alalos, shichacha, and paya. Ufatur min hasha'asha. Shahashay, but it is not subject to the law of tithes.
Right. Meiser. Ba'aser.
Maaser. Oh, right. It's not subject to the law of Maaser, tithes.
Okay, so how is the Gemorah answered the question that it has? Remember what the question of the Gemorah was. Gemorah's question was that if we say Tim Saloima, time of the Rabbi Yishmael, Mishum the Kasava Shinu and Koine, if we say that Rabbi Yishmael holds that he holds in general that Shinui is not a Kinyan. So then we had a question. So what would be the reason why we need to say Tazov 2 times to make sure that he gives this paya to the Ani, even though he's already made a Shinui and made it into a dough? And we got the same question against the Rabbanan. How do they understand this Tazov extra one? Because they hold, that's what they hold too. They hold even in the case of the Ani. They hold they hold in all over. They hold all over that that Shinui is I'm sorry, mistake. The Rabbanan hold that Shinui is Kona in a general sense. And so therefore, we're not even giving the Ani his paya in this case, in this particular case with the when he makes a kinyan. So if so that we don't need it for this case when he changes it into a dough. So what do we need it for? Why do we need to be told? Why did the Torah need to tell the farmer, make sure you give it to the Ani? So that the answer is because of what it says in this brisa. We need to be told to give it to the Ani because of what it says in this brisa. What's it say in this brisa?
If you reclaim it, if you claim the field,
right,
then it's subject to what it says here: Peres olaleh shichacha and paya. But not to tithes. But if you didn't reclaim, if you didn't in the first place, renounce the field and then reclaim it, then in that case, you'd also be subject to the laws of tithes, wouldn't it?
Okay, but in this
So you
case
want
over
to-
here,
yeah.
in this case
So
over
you-
here that the Bryce is talking about, he's been mafkir his vineyard, so he declares it ownerless. So now it's hefker, and then he gets up early in the morning and he reclaims it. Now anybody could go ahead and do that, but he knows that he made it hefker. Nobody else knows that he made it hefker, so nobody would know to do that. So, but he did it. He did it, and now he reclaimed the field. So now he has reclaimed the field from hefker. So he's now in the possession of produce which was hefker. So the Brisa says that even though that will successfully exempt him from his obligation of having to give meiser on this produce, he still is going to be required. It doesn't exempt him from these other mitzvahs. He doesn't exempt him from the mitzvah of parrot, from olulus, from shecha, and it does not exempt him from peah. So therefore, this is the reason why the pasuk in the case of peah, that it says, leave it for the ani, leave it for the ani. 2 times it says so. Why does it have to say it twice? First time it has to say it so that we know that there's a mitzvah altogether. So it's got to say it at least once. But why does it have to say it another time? So now we're saying it's going to need to say another time because you have to give it to the ani, even in this case that you declared your field hefker and then you reclaimed it from hefker. Even in that case, you'll still have to give the peah to the ani. We don't need this second tazov to tell me when he converts it into a dough, according to Rabbi Yishmael, because Rabbi Yishmael is going to hold that shinui is not koine. That we know, shinui is not koine. So there we understand. We don't need a pasuk to be told, but for this we do need a pasuk to be told, because we might have thought to say that the din will be that since he claimed it from hefker, he would be exempt now from the mitzvah of ani, of peah, giving peah to the ani, just like he's exempt from the mitzvah of giving meiser in this case because of what he did over here to avoid the mitzvah. But the Tazov Yisera is telling us that no, he's going to nevertheless be obligated in the mitzvah of peah. That's why it says, leave it for the ani a second time by the mitzvah of peah. And now we have a very long. Oh no! Let's we got a 2-line Rashi, and then we got looks like about a 25-line Rashi. So first we'll take the 2-line Rashi.
2-line Rashi.
Why don't I do the 2-line Rashi and you can do the long one?
Thanks. Oh. Go ahead.
Now I got to find where it is. What's the Dibur Maskil?
Dibur Maskil Hamafkir Beheshkim Babokir.
Hamaftir.
It's about 1, 2, 3 lines above the barbecue thing.
Got it. Thank you, Roy.
Where is it? Sorry, where is it in the
Art scroll?
yeah.
Art Scroll doesn't have Rashi.
Same page.
No. Where is it in the in the
Once after the second line, after the Gemorah answers.
Oh, you want to know where the Dibur Maskil is? Got it.
yeah. Second Right, oh, okay.
Why, you don't have barbecue spits in the art scroll?
Yeah, no. Just I want to know where it is in the Gemara itself.
Oh,
He wants to know where the Dibur Maskil is in the Gemorah in the art scroll.
Right.
No,
You got it now, Roy?
No, I haven't.
Accommodation of 2 lines because it skipped the word.
Uh-huh.
On the
Oh,
second
I
line, mafkid, skip the word karmo, which is what he's mafkiring, his vineyard, and then the hashkim boker, he's arising in the
So
morning.
we're on 94A4 on the left-hand column, the last paragraph,
all
the
right.
second line, it says Hamafkir.
All right, okay, good, thank you.
But
Yeah.
like Phil is saying, the words are not exactly the same as the Dibur Maskil.
Yeah, okay.
You have to skip the word karmo.
Yeah, okay. Thank you.
Okay. So so he declares his vineyard to be ownerless. And then he, I guess, Uvitzaro he arrived, he gets up.
Hashkim, were you talking about it? You're
Hashkim.
talking about it in what Rashi says or what?
Oh,
Gemara
the
says?
Boker in the morning.
He gets up in the morning.
He declares it to be ownerless, and then he gets up in the morning and he goes and he harvests it. Kodem sheyibo aniyim. Before the poor people come, the Vatsra sheyizhu v'hefker. I don't know what this word Levatzra is.
To harvest it. Before the poor people come to do the harvesting, he's going
each type
to,
of fruit has its own separate word for harvesting. When it comes to wheat, we say katsir.
Right.
When it comes to grapes, when it comes to a vineyard, we'd say the batzro. So it's the word that's used to harvest a vineyard.
Okay, so he gets up in the morning before the poor people come to harvest, and he merits what is ownerless. Im hayu kodmi, if he's first.
Im hayu yisku behefker im hayu kodmin. Kodem shiavo anim lebatzra sheyizku behefker im hayu kodmin. Yeah.
So in other words, because he comes, in other words, it's ownerless. So he is equal to any poor person who can come and claim from the ownerless property. Since he gets there first, he can do it. He can take it.
But he's not taking it as an ani. He's not an ani.
No, he's not an ani. And then the question is whether
He's not taking it as paya.
No,
He's
but
not taking-
I think he is. He's taking it because it's hefker. He's not taking it as the owner.
Right.
He's
Right
not-
now this field does not belong to anybody. And he's
And he wants
coming
to-
along and being zocha in the field.
What do you mean being zocha?
He's coming to make an acquisition to be the oh, that's the question. Is that what he's doing? Or is he just taking it directly from Hefker?
Is it Charata?
No, he's
Does
taking it
Rashi
from
s-
he makes it hefker, and he's taking from hefker. So he's doing it before the niyim come and take it. So now it's his again. But now that he's come and taken it again,
Kodem she'avo anim
a
lebatzra
new
sheyizku.
a new thing of a new
Hefker.
amount things for the niyim. That's what the Gemara is gonna say.
Rashi says, Kodem he's mafkirit, and then he's heshkim laboker. He gets up very early in the morning, and Kodem shiavo anim, before any anim come to the field. Lebatzra. Lebatzra is going on the anim, or it's going on the person?
I think it's the anim. He's saying before the anim can come and harvest, he's going to harvest.
Sheyizku that he will Sheyizku behefker. No, but Yizku is Lashon Rabim. So it's talking, he comes before in the morning, before the anim come to harvest it. Sheyizku behefker, that they would be zoche in it from hefker. No, it's not hefker.
Yeah.
Im hayu kodmin.
Yeah, they would be zocha because it's hefker, they can come and take it.
But then Rashi says im hayu kodmin. If they would be the first ones, this is what they would do.
The question is, if they're saying that, if it's saying basically he beat them out, because if they would do it and get the heft, they would come first, they would merit it. But since they didn't come first, he came first because he got up early and took it back. So he took it back. They would merit it if they would have come first.
What do you mean by merit?
They would get it. They would acquire it. That's what the word yisku means. That who's zocher of it? Who's the winner of this hefker lottery? So if they would come first, the Yaniyim would come first, they would get it because it's hefker and it'd be theirs. But it's not. That's what happened. What's happening is he came back and reclaimed the hefker first before they came to do it. Because once they would have done it, if they would have harvested it first, it would have been theirs. That was theirs. They would have been allowed to harvest it. But he beat them.
Oh, you know what? Okay, so the whole sentence is, the whole Rashi is talking about the anim. Everything is talking about the anim. Because I'll tell you why, because it's all Lashon Rabim.
Right,
The
except
conjugation-
the Dibur Maskil is talking about him, right?
The Dibur Maskil is talking about him, and the words of the Dibur Maskil are all in Lashon Yachid.
Right. So he gets up early in the morning before the poor people come to harvest, because they are able to harvest because it's hefker.
That they would be right. That they would be zocha. They would be zocha from hefker. The anim would be zocha from hefker. Im hayu kodmin, if they would have been, if they would have gotten to the field first. So it's all talking about the anim.
Right. Okay, should I go on?
Yeah.
Prat bekerem ule kat bekarma. So prat, it means to exclude.
Right.
Excluding the vineyard. And including.
Like it.
No, it's not using the word. It's using this word parrot.
Right. It doesn't mean prat. It means parrot.
A parrot refers to the karam, to the vineyard, and it's not. And the word leket would be the word applies to a kama, to the standing grain.
So parrot means the droppings.
Would you call it the gleanings?
The gleanings.
Would you call it the
So
gleanings?
what is the mitzvah of parrots exactly?
So it's the
Mitzvah of
gleanings
paying.
of the vineyard, of the vineyard. And what's lekat? Oh, leket. And the leket of the
Over.
what?
Look, it's what's left over that you didn't take.
Right, what's the karma? The kama.
Karam is the vineyard. Karam is the vineyard, and the kama is the standing grain.
Grain. Okay, so
Yes, if you
what
look
does this mean?
Look at 44 note there. It says peret is the vineyard equivalent of grain leket. So leket is the leftover amount, what's left on there, the leftover things. And the peret would be what's left over on the vineyard as opposed to what's left over on the standing grain. What's left over in the standing grain is called leket, the leftover amount. And peret is the thing that's left over on the vineyard.
Okay, but why are we talking about peret and leket when it's hefker? They can take anything.
Well, that's the next part where it's going to say it is subject to peret. We're up to this next piece. It's trying to tell you what peret means. It says peret refers to grapes that fell during the harvesting.
Oh, so now we're back to him. Now we're back to the owner. We're saying the owner, even though he made it hefker, it's still subject to the peret and the leket.
Right, he can't just leave.
He's got to leave that stuff.
He has to leave the peret. He has to leave the perets, the leket. But he's talking about a vineyard. So for
Even though it's ownerless, that's the chiddush.
no, it's not ownerless anymore. The whole point is he got up early.
No,
in the
it's
morning.
ownerless. That's the whole point. He made it ownerless.
So
And
you
that,
got the missing.
because he made it ownerless, he doesn't have to take the paya.
That's
He does have to take the leket and the peret.
It's not him. We're talking about a two-step procedure. The owner made it mafkir, right? He made it ownerless. Then he got up early in the morning and said, "I want it back."
No,
That's what he's getting back. Yeah, he
never
gets up
said
in the
I want
morning.
it back.
That's what getting up in the morning is to do. He's taking it
No,
back.
getting up in the morning is to beat out the anim.
Right, and then he's harvesting it at Botzra, and he harvests it.
He's harvesting it as ownerless produce.
But once he takes it back, once he harvests it, he's reclaiming what he made ownerless. He made ownerless, but before they came and took it, I take it back. And now that he took it back, as taking it back, he's now the new owner of the place, and he has to make sure he leaves the normal stuff that Neim leave over. Which means if it was
No, he doesn't have to leave the paya. That's the whole
No,
point
he
of
doesn't.
this. He got out of leaving the paya.
no, read the next line of the Gemara. He's chayiv in these things. He's chayiv in peret, olalos, shicha, upeya. He's chayiv in all these other things that will be left over for the ani. Once he's now reacquired it.
But
What
not,
was it?
but
What was
not,
in his mind?
not tithes,
What?
but not the tithe, the miser.
Not
He got out of the miser. I'm sorry, I said the paya, but I meant the miser.
miser. And because the miser's done at the end, and that's given to the Kohen and the Levium. It's not the same thing.
Right, the reason he gets out of the miser is because it's ownerless.
Well, he's reacquiring it, but he's not. I don't know why. I don't know. There have to be a reason why he doesn't have that. There's a reason why he has to be subject to miser. We're not to that yet. There's maybe a reason why he has to still give miser, but he still has to give. Now that he's a new owner of the field, he has to leave these portions for the whatchamacallit.
What was in his poor? What was in his mind?
Look at this, Roy. Here's the answer to your question. Look at the beginning of the next Rashi. Af al gav de hefker. Even though it's hefker, even though it's ownerless,
Yeah.
that's what's in his mind. He's saying, I'm making it ownerless, and then I'm going to take it as anybody can take it, not as the owner. And thereby I get out of having to give the miser.
All right.
Okay. Fine. It's late now. I gotta leave. I'm not gonna be here tomorrow. I'm gonna be on a teal. So good luck.
Oh, boy, so I have to read this 25 line thing tomorrow?
Oh,
Yep.
boy.
Not fair, Phil.
Sorry.
I won't be here tomorrow. I have a doctor's appointment. Eye doctor.
All right,
tomorrow.
Oh, boy. Okay.
all right.
All
So,
right.
Everybody, be
Thank you,
well.
everybody. Have a great day.
Have a
do
great
well,
day.
do well. Have a good teal.
We'll see you. at
Okay, so
4.
we're up to this big Rashi. No one forget.
I won't
We're
forget.
holding.
Oh, listen. All right, bye.
You at 4. So-
Bye, Ellen. Bye, Lou. Bye, Roy. Bye, Phil.
Bye-bye.